nation! No donation, no salvation!
And remember, respect is everything.
Alright people, we're celebrating 300 subscribers. And I decided to do something a little different. We're going to look at an actual Transformers figure this time. But this one's special. This was the very first Transformer I ever owned. This is not my original Energon Hotshot. That one is long gone. But I was able to track down another one in the same paint scheme too, because I never had the yellow one. This is the one that I had when I was a kid. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to track one of them down, see how much they're worth. And they're worth quite a lot for some stupid reason. Although, to be fair, these are old toys, so... I mean, I guess age dictates value. But for some reason, this particular silver one is super rare. Or at least, not super rare, but just a lot more expensive to come by for some dumb reason. I don't know either, but... yeah. This is the one I had as a kid, the silver one. I don't really remember the yellow one. To be honest, I don't really remember the Unicron trilogy that well. At least, I only watched it once, and I was like 5. Or 4, technically. And then this was the first Transformer I ever got. And I loved it. I mean, I know nowadays compared to like modern figures, I mean, this is garbage, but... you know, for what it is... I mean, it's got some weight to it, which is nice. And then, you know, look at that silver paint. That is really nice. Like, just ignoring the, you know, the tragedy that is the character Hotshot. I mean, that is really nice silver paint. So that's probably what drew me in when I got this the first time, when I was like 4 years old. 'Cause, you know, bright, shiny sports car. Cool. And, yeah. The actual car kind of reminds me of, so let's see, what was the newest Aston Martin at that time? Probably the DB7, I think. I don't remember. It looks like a DB7 to me, at least Aston Martin-wise, because that is definitely an Aston Martin front. It's just missing the logo. And for some reason, it's in 2 halves. I guess it was just too expensive to mold one solid thing of plastic. Whatever. It's okay. We'll forgive it. It's got this little adjustable spoiler, which... that's cool. But yeah, definitely, obviously it's been modified from its original car to not look exactly like an Aston Martin, but, I mean, that's clearly an Aston Martin. But, yeah. You know what's funny? When I was a kid, I used to pretend this was the DeLorean from Back to the Future because of the fact that it was a silver car. So I guess you could say this was my original Gigawatt, but that's irrelevant. Yeah. I had to re-record this review actually because I broke a piece. And I got this in the mail today, and it was perfectly fine, and then as soon as I shoot the video, I broke something. Just my luck. But, yeah, let's get the transformation. Okay, so I'm going to show you the part that broke, because we're going to do that one first, because that's where disaster struck. And I know why it broke, too. So, we're going to start with this side, actually. So this side, so let me show you something. And this is why I hate these kinds of joints. You see that? That's clear plastic. Clear plastic is not very durable, at least in, you know, small amounts to that degree. Let me show you the other side. Now, it still works, but it wasn't broken. And I broke it on camera the first time I recorded this. But yeah, I don't know where the piece of plastic is. It just went flying. I had it in hand for like 10 seconds and then I lost it. So, yeah, there's this is why you don't use clear plastic for moving joints like that, because you know, from an engineering standpoint, that's a pretty stupid decision to use weak materials for parts that have to move and, you know, rely on friction and other various technological terms. We're just going to put that there and not worry about it for now. Open the doors. Really should be getting all this on screen. I have to prime apart. I do remember that. There we go. And pull his feet out, which are in a really very interesting shade of yellow. I don't know why. I always liked this version more than the original. I always thought it was cooler looking, and I never owned the original, so, you know, considering this was my first experience with the mold, I say it was a decent one. Alright. Alright, we're going to need to move the camera up because I'm not getting a lot of this on frame. There we go. So far, we got a robot. We need a head. So, push that forward. This is why I don't review real Transformers or build them as complex as they should, because I do a lot of Lego Transformers, but they're nowhere near as complex as the actual figures, because I am not good with time and efficiency, and not to mention Legos are not very stable. So, yeah. There we go. Anyway, that aside, there's Hotshot. And he's pretty much how I remember him. Very, very solid little thing. But, you know, for a first introduction to Transformers, this wasn't that bad. I mean, you have to think about it from the time. I mean, okay, yeah, the shoulders are stupid, but, I mean, if you want to get technical, you could do that. And then you can aim correctly. I mean, it looks stupid, but, I mean, if you really want to get technical about functionality, I mean, this one's a little tighter. I mean, there you go. Now he's got functional shoulders. Not that it helps, because it breaks the sculpt terribly, but you get what I mean. But yeah, for its time, I mean, yeah, there were better figures at the time, but I don't know. This one holds a special place for me, because he may be garbage, you know, but he's my garbage. Yeah. But yeah, let's get him back into car mode. And there's not really much in terms of articulation to look at. His arms are kind of scrawny looking. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just like, you have to think about it from a kid's perspective. I mean, if you just want him to, you know, just put up his, you know, I mean, look, I mean, I don't really think kids are going to care about posing and articulation and all that crap. I mean, because you're more likely to just be crashing these things into each, like, here, let me, like, honestly, like, I don't know, I think people are a little too critical of this mold. And I mean, this is back when toys actually mattered, you know. It's not like nowadays where kids are just too busy running their mommy and daddy's credit cards, you know, on stupid mobile games and things you will never ever hold in your life, and then they grow up to be mindless idiots raging on the internet over nothing. Here, I don't have any other figures for size comparison, at least not at hand. So here, let's put them next to, here, we'll take an early look at Sunstorm. This is not his official review, but, we'll take an early look at him, since, I need somebody to compare him to. Yeah, this is what I normally review on this channel, is Lego Transformers that I build myself. So, I think I have his arms backwards. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Inside part should be here. And then there's his fist. I guess consider this a double review, since comparing an actual product to my own thing. And I'll just turn his head around, and he's all set. Nice. Oh, and his stupid arm still came off. Yeah, there's Sunstorm next to what's his face. But let's pull the camera up. But yeah, I mean, for its time, I mean, and if you're not super, you know, technical and picky about it, I mean, he's an okay toy. I mean, all you need him to do is point his arms forward, give him a gun, or hell, don't even give him a gun, just give him his fist. Just go freaking Steven Seagal mode and just break people's arms and, you know, all sorts of messed up things. If you've ever watched any of the Steven Seagal films before his career went down the toilet, those movies were pretty brutal. But, yeah. Steven Seagal is a topic for another time. But, before we go back to car mode, we're just going to take out Sunstorm real quick. Alright, that's good. We'll look at him another time, but let's get this guy back into car mode, since that's the mode I like to keep him in. Although his robot mode doesn't bother me. I've kind of adjusted to him now that I've taken a look back at him. But, yeah. This is by no means a proper review of Energon Hotshot. Go find an actual reviewer who has a complete one. And is not a complete and total numbnut like I am. But, yeah, thank you all for 300 subscribers. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we can, make it to 300 more. And, just keep the channel going and see where it goes from there. And, yeah, pretty proud of myself. And, well, there's Hotshot. All right. Thanks for watching.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!